Hello there and welcome to the Harvest Hues blog hop by the Altenew educators. I'm Nandini here and I'm the last stop on this great hop. I'm including a list of all the stops on this hop in the description below. Please remember to like, follow and comment on all the videos in this hop to get a chance at winning some fabulous goodies. I will be creating 2 cards today using the beautiful colors of fall. So let's get started. I have the leaf canopy stamp here. I also have the leaf canopy add-on set. I'm going to use the solid stamp today. I have 2 panels of watercolor paper measuring 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. I will be stamping on the smooth side of the paper. I also have a small acrylic block. Let's start by mounting our stamp on the block. I'm rubbing the stamp with my fingers to condition it as this is the first time I'm using it. You can use an eraser to do this as well. Conditioning removes the residue from the surface of the new stamp and prepares it for holding the ink. I'm stamping with Versamark ink and placing the images randomly. I rotate the stamp often and place some of the images off the edge. This gives a more organic look to the background. I'm using clear embossing powder and heat embossing to create a resist. I'm starting with 2 shades of yellow and inking the whole panel. This technique is known as emboss resist. Since I will ink multiple layers, I started with the lightest color first. As I ink the paper, you can see the heat embossed images resisting the ink. The color of the paper is trapped beneath the heat embossing. I decided to create another background with the ink that remains on my glass. I'm smooshing the ink pads on the glass, spraying some clean water and then pressing the second watercolor panel over it. I have dried the panels before splattering some water droplets for a more distressed look. I am using a clean dry towel to blot the panels and then dry them thoroughly with my heat gun. You can always leave the panels to air dry if you want. I will repeat the process of stamping with Versamark and heat embossing with clear embossing powder again. My panel wasn't completely dry and some of the embossing powder stuck to it. I'm simply brushing the excess powder with my fingers. You can also use a brush to do this for more control. For the second layer, I'm using orange and brown inks. Once my panel is inked, I will set it aside and add another layer of smooshing to my second watercolor panel. I'm using some talcum powder and an old makeup brush before stamping on my first panel to make sure that the embossing powder doesn't stick everywhere. I will repeat the process of stamping and heat embossing twice more with pink and then purple inks. Now that all the inking is done, I'm using a dry towel to buff up my background. This removes the excess ink sitting on top of the heat embossed images and makes the background pop. For the second panel, which is now covered with a few layers of ink, I'm using a similar technique. This technique is also called Joseph's coat technique. I will start by prepping the background with the talcum powder. I'm stamping the leaf image all over the background with Versamark ink. I'm using a golden holographic embossing powder to heat emboss the background this time. I'm adding dark inks in browns and black to the background. I'm buffing the paper with a dry towel and then adding some water splatters for interest. With that, our two embossed resist backgrounds are ready. To make the cards, I simply trimmed the panels and mounted them on the card bases with some foam tape. The sentiment is from the Leafy Canopy stamp set. I stamped it twice on two panels of cream cardstock with black ink and popped them up on the cards with foam tape. I hope you enjoyed this video and will try this technique. Please don't forget to like, follow and comment on this video and all the other videos in this hop to be eligible for the great giveaway that Altenew is offering. Take care and bye.